Okay.
Okay, we got it.
Hi everyone. We are here to
Hello.
have an open conversation. Yeah. So she's Barbara from Poland, and she's a content creator, and also she share many things about how to gain knowledge. So it's all about learning. So we can learn many things from her. That's why we are here to discuss about how to gain knowledge or whatever comes to our mind, because it's an open conversation. We don't have any prepared plan for today's conversation, just something whatever comes to our mind. So yeah, let's get started.
Yeah,
Say something,
exactly.
Barbara.
Yeah. And do you want to start because you are a host?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so just tell me, how was your day, what's going on nowadays with your schedule, how's
Okay.
everything?
In my case, because I'm my own boss, it's
Yeah.
up to me how I want to manage my time and what is
Mm.
the best idea
Yeah.
for me. And I
Yeah.
think it's a good tip for learners too, because we need to focus on something. We don't have
Yeah.
like someone else
Mm.
to just told us you need to do this or you need to do that. And it's
Yeah.
a great opportunity to practice
Yeah.
our responsibility for
Mm.
something. And it's really hard.
I love that concept.
Yeah, and it's really hard to, for example, think it's not my fault, it was my teacher,
Mm.
it was my boss, or something like that. No, it was my idea. I tried to do something. I
Yeah.
have pros and cons, and what
Mm.
I want to do as the next. And I think when
Mm.
we feel comfortable with this mindset, it's much better to do. Whenever you want to do, because when we practice learning, it's not only about language, it's not only about
Yeah.
math or physics
Mm.
or something else.
Mm.
It's just something natural for us. You are curious and you try to develop your skills. Today, I have a great day because I knew it. Today we are talking with Nayana, and she's so open and shining person. And exactly how Nayana shared this idea, we don't have special agenda. I think
Yeah.
it's really helpful for people, because I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of experience do you have, but
Mm.
the most challenging part when we are, for example, learning the second language,
Mm.
is to be brave enough to talk to strangers
Yeah.
and
Yeah, exactly.
to don't feel uncomfortable with that. And people sometimes reacted in a different way, and
Yeah.
no matter uh, with whom you are talking or something like that, uh, the most important part is your goal. It's if you
Yeah.
want to talk to people, and for example you are talking to 10 people and 6 people
Mm.
are awful or something like that, you don't stop, you are
Yeah.
continue this process, because your goal is speaking, it's practice language and something like that. And sometimes people have expectations. Every
Yeah.
conversation should be
Mm.
the best of the best, but it's
Yeah.
really different. We have a different mood, we have different
Mm.
culture, we have
Yeah.
different ideas, and it's great practice to
Yeah.
disagree with someone else, because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really easy to talk with Nayan or something like that, because we have that same idea. We like
Yeah.
learning, we like English
Mm.
or something like that. But just imagine
Yeah.
we are talking to someone and
Exactly.
this person, no, I don't need English, I don't need any language, I just speak
Mm.
on my own, and you are so stupid because you spend too much time to learning. What for? We
Yeah.
have artificial intelligence. Sometimes
Yeah.
for adults it's so hard to start with this process of
Mm.
learning, and they try
Mm.
to find so many excuses. But when they just understand it's nothing painful, is just great fun when we learn something. It's much easier. And please tell me, in your country, when you share with your friends, family, the first time your idea, I want to improve my English skills, how they reacted.
Yeah, reaction. It depends on person, you know, from person to person. It's really different because some of them really like the concept of learning a language, learning English, or whatever, you know, the language. But some of them doesn't care. I don't know why is it, why it is, because I find that everyone, most of them think really traditional. I mean, about learning English. So they think traditionally, like academic learning. So most of them, I mean, especially rural places, you know, not city areas, because among city areas, people are really aware, and most of them can speak English, I think so. But when it comes to rural places, they can't speak English, and also they don't care. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they don't care. And maybe there are so many things that they need to learn, like how important learning a language, how important learning English, because English is an international language. So we need to pay attention, and we can interact with the globe because of English. When we learn a language, then it helps to interact with the globe, like especially English, because it's an international language. So that's why. So I think some people react like they are really shy when if I tend to like share something, how we can practice our speaking skills. If I ask one of my friends, you know, I ask, we can practice together, they hesitate because yeah, they don't wanna speak like things that they, even things that they already know, you know, because yeah, they are afraid. I can feel it, I can feel them, but I know that we have to jump. We can't learn how to swim without jump into the water, so we have to jump. That's my point of view. What about
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
I've started my learning English process with jumping, exactly
Yeah.
like you said. But probably it's so important when
Mm.
we just jump, and it's our own decision, not like when you want to push someone, or someone else wants to push you.
Yeah.
It isn't a good idea.
Mm.
It's our own decision. And what next? I have a common experience how my friends, family members reacted for this English experience,
Mm.
because we have a really strong tradition to think about learning connected to
Yeah.
school, to university, to
Mm.
courses, or something like that. For me,
Yeah.
it was a little bit more easy
Mm.
because I've been learning English for 5 or 6 years in this
Mm.
way, and it
Mm.
didn't work. And I asked
Mm.
myself, okay, what I should change if I want to achieve this conversational level of English, because it's
Mm.
not funny if you, for example, can do grammar exercises or something like that, but you're afraid to speak to a live person, or you don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable to ask about something. For
Mm.
example, something what we just share right now, this wonderful moment when you just ask me about something, I respond to you, I'm asking you. It was my goal, it was my dream. I want to
Mm.
just talk in English from my
Yeah.
head. not like from I don't know, notes or something like that, because usual when we are working somewhere, and for example
Mm.
you need to call to another country, and people afraid to do that, they have a lot of notes, or sometimes they right now it's easier because we have these wonderful tools like phones.
Yeah.
But for example, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was impossible. We don't have
Mm.
access to the internet or something like that. And
Yeah.
like everything, we have pros and cons. The internet
Mm.
is a wonderful tool, but when we
Mm.
think about addiction from
Yeah.
digital devices, it's more
Mm.
problematic. But like with everything, I believe we should to start with explanation and understanding, and after that,
Yeah.
just move forward and take next steps. And
Yeah.
do you remember your first, I don't know, channel or website on the internet when you started your English experience?
Yeah, of course I do. I do remember. It's Facebook. Nothing
Okay.
else, Facebook. Because, when I when I got the idea to improve my speaking skills, only thing that I remembered is English learning community, like Facebook groups. So
Mm-hmm.
then I researched, then I did little research to find some Facebook communities. So then I found some, and I was being active. I've been active uh, in few Facebook communities and attended some challenges, and yeah, I've been attending some challenges and interact with other people from across the world, and it really helped. So Facebook was my first platform that I use to improve my English knowledge. I have to accept that. And then YouTube, because I watched many YouTube videos, and I follow few uh, teachers, like Vanessa and Gabby and Hada Shemesh, and so many teachers. Not one of them, not one. I mean, so many teachers. So I don't attach with some, one person, because I think it really helps to learn different things and different methods. And of course, I have learned many things, and I used many different methods to improve my English skills, and I still do. I still do. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to practice my speaking skills still, because I need to improve further. So yeah, in Facebook and YouTube, it was my very first platforms that
Mm-hmm.
I've used. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and you just hard. You are working so hard because it's like never
yeah, I'm
ending
trying.
process, and something what I don't know our viewers know or not, but right now Nayana participated in the next community and share really great ideas about grammar or something like that, because with Maki and Intan you have like
Yeah.
grammars gang, and please
Hmm.
tell me something about this idea.
Yeah, I think Maki, I met her thanks to one of those Facebook communities, English Takeover community. I think now she's not active there because she has her own projects.
Yeah.
She's a teacher, so she's really busy person.
Mhm.
But fortunately, I got the opportunity to associate her, learn from her, and it was really amazing experience. And still I always try to be in touch with her. Whatever she do, I want to attend, so it really helps me to improve my English skills, especially grammar skills, because she's so good at, giving something to us. So, write out challenge. It was the first challenge that I attended with Maki. She was the host, so she shared some topics with some of her friends, and we wrote some essays, and it was an amazing experience. And then I realized that this is the way that I can improve my when it comes to speaking, it is really hard to organize my thoughts. So writing really helps there.
Mhm.
This
Yes.
challenge made me realize that it really helped me to organize my thoughts. When I write things, I feel like, oh my gosh, now I can express myself by writing than speaking. I have to do this. So then I started to write as much as possible. But nowadays things really really different. I mean, sometimes, I don't feel like writing, but I know that I have to continue my writing habit, because it was the tool really helped me to express my thoughts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you ask me about my first
Yeah, yeah.
contact, it was fun because
Hmm.
we believe uh, Google or algorithm try to share with us the best of the best, but it isn't true. It's more about commercial, and because in the past I don't have I don't know friends with the same common interest in English. I've started by my own, and the first channel on YouTube, it was
Hmm.
Rachel's English. And
Yeah.
Rachel have really this nice idea to compare language to melody, like da 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 da
Yeah.
da, and
Hmm.
something like
Hmm.
that. And it was like the first contact,
Hmm.
something what I want, because usually when you are going on the courses or something like that, they share with you this idea. You need to decide that what kind of English do you prefer, British English, American English, or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
And in my case, because I've started with Rachel, I've decided, okay, I've been
American.
watching a lot of American movies or something like
Yeah.
that. I want to start with American English and try to follow this
Yeah.
accent. But it's really
Yeah.
fun
Same here.
because no matter how long I follow American accents, people
Hmm.
usually told me, "Oh, you have great British accents." I don't know why, but because I don't feel like that, but maybe
Yeah.
because I live in Europe and I've started at university and
Hmm.
different courses with British English
Yeah.
because especially in Europe, British is
Yeah.
like this first pattern so many years ago. And because
Yeah.
I've been watching Rachel's videos,
Hmm.
YouTube give me next idea like Stephanie English Coach. And
Yeah.
it was truly great time because
Hmm.
Stephanie has been learning Spanish, and she
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
she understands this difficult moment
Hmm.
when you are struggling with learning, because
Yeah.
sometimes for teachers, uh, when they don't try to learn another language and they only learn about their own, I think
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to imagine how you feel when you want to start to speak in a new language and you completely don't have any idea how to
Yeah.
do that. You don't have too many words because when you compare your skills in this
Hmm.
second language and your skills in your mother tongue, you
On.
feel,
Yeah.
ooh. I can say so many things. Why? And something like that. And it's this part when it's so important to
Yeah.
be persistent in
Hmm.
consistency, and no matter
Yeah.
how you feel, no matter is it hard for you or is it fun for you, we should continue if we want to achieve next step and next level. And
Yeah.
with Stephanie, it was like a breakthrough challenge. The first time went 30 days. We are speaking with people from different countries.
Hmm.
Probably I have contact with people from Brazil, and we are laughing together like Brazilian are everywhere. And
Yeah.
if you want to speak with English, it's usual people from Brazil. And I was speaking with people from different cultures,
Hmm.
with different religions, because I think it's something what's English unlocked, just contact between people. Uh,
Hmm.
no matter what do you believe, no matter how you prefer to live, but I hope not for argue about it, but just explain why do you prefer this way or why do you prefer something else,
Hmm.
because something what we probably have a big issue right now, it's how to share our ideas, to ask, to be curious,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
don't be angry about person next to you because they not
Yeah.
based your ideas. And
Hmm.
it's really useful because we have more practice, more experience, something funny. It was my first conversation with a man from Japan, and it was
Hmm.
really nice conversation. But for
Yeah.
me, it was, for example, 8 p.m., and for him, it was, I don't know, like midnight or 1 a.m. at night. But because he was from Japan and he
Yeah.
tries to be so polite.
Hmm.
He's been speaking with me about 1 hour, and after that, just told me, so sorry, but it's night in Japan, and I need to go to sleep. And it was my first aha moment. Okay,
Oh.
next time I need to ask about time zone, and do you want to speak 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or
Yeah.
something like that? Because
Hmm.
when we are starting to do something like that, you are so excited and you have a lot of
Yeah.
fun, because it's completely new and our brain likes novelty.
Exactly.
And I also met Maki and
Hmm.
Intan and other people, and it
Hmm.
was a great experience because when you have a good contact,
Yeah.
as this first conversation, you don't
Hmm.
afraid to talk to another person, and even if you
Yeah.
have bad experience,
Yeah.
okay, it was like once or twice, but next time will be much better.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you because joining these people from across the world, like people who also have the same goals like us, it was the best decision that I've made. Because the reason why I'm here speaking with you is my attempt and my effort to interact with those people. So yeah, they are really they were my inspiration always. They are my inspiration actually, and I'm motivated by them always, like you. So I agree with you. I totally agree with you. So I got a question. you know do you think we can trust artificial intelligence when it comes to learning new things, like learning a language? Can we get feedback, like productive feedback? What do you think?
Okay, how to say? right now we have like this conflict, because from
Yeah.
one side people
Hmm.
truly adore artificial
Yeah.
intelligence and linguistic models,
Hmm.
and they are using a lot, and from other
Hmm.
side people afraid this technology and everything. But to be honest,
Yeah.
when we just check it history of innovation,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
the first reaction from society is a little bit panic about something. It was about, I don't know, the first car. It was about even about a bicycle.
Hmm.
It's like
Agree. Yeah.
our reaction to protect from the bad side or something like that. But right now, for example, I think when we want to practice our skills, but you are a beginner and
Hmm.
you are not ready to talk
Yeah.
to a real person.
Hmm.
I think to use apps like, for example, Elsa or something else, it's
Hmm.
a good idea to talk, I don't know, 1 month or two
Yeah.
months to feel comfortable. And next
Hmm.
step is talking to real people. I
Yeah.
don't think so. It's a good idea to talk only to artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
because this isn't our goal. We want to talk to people,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
really important. The
Yeah.
second, mm, I'm using ChatGPT for
Hmm.
feedback and correction, but
Yeah.
I'm still thinking
Hmm.
if something wrong with these tips. I try to check it in a dictionary or in
Hmm.
real life conversation. I especially like you English when you have
Hmm.
videos from different English regions. You have like English, just
Yeah.
English. You have
Yeah.
American English, British English, Australian English, or something like that.
Hmm.
It's really wide options. But uh, I'm thinking so far artificial intelligence is still in progress, and if
Yeah.
we have knowledge about something, for example, for you, for me, it's okay to practice a little bit with artificial intelligence,
Hmm.
because you have already knowledge about English, and if
Yeah.
it will be something completely unexpected, you have this red light and you want to check it. But if you don't know
Yeah.
nothing and
Hmm.
you've been practicing with artificial intelligence, you
Hmm.
don't recognize a false information. And it's exactly with everything. It's exactly the same when we are learning with a human teacher,
Hmm.
because our teacher doesn't have knowledge from everywhere. And usually, if you have a good teacher, she or he encourages you to try to searching for more information by your
Yeah.
own, to
Hmm.
learn how
Hmm.
to compare it was true, it
Yeah.
was false, or I don't
Hmm.
know. I'm still feel not comfortable with something like that, especially right now when, for example, different people try to not only people, because we have problem with bots and
Yeah.
with trolling, when, for example,
Hmm.
different countries try to make war in this way, and maybe people sometimes were laughing, ha ha ha, it's
Hmm.
impossible to make war in the internet. Yeah, it's possible right now, because in Poland and in different countries you have a lot of useful institution online, and if you want to do
Yeah.
something, check it. It's really important part of your life, and if hackers from different country attacked this website, it's a big
Yeah.
problem. That same with knowledge, because I don't know how it was in Sri Lanka, but in Europe, in
Hmm.
different countries, we have this false information about vaccines, when people just
Yeah.
afraid to take vaccines because they believe it's like suspicious or it's unhealthy or something like that.
Yeah.
But uh, to be honest, it's really easy to just hurt people in this way because
Yeah.
they don't do right things. They
Mm.
believe they are doing right things, but because
Yeah.
they afraid and they follow this false information,
Mm.
they just take risk not only about their own life, they take risk about children life, their parents
Mm.
life, grandparents life, or something like that. And in my case, I've remembered stories from my grandparents, and
Yeah.
they've been living in this moment of our history, like for
Yeah.
humanity, when they don't have access to vaccine,
Mm.
to treatment, to pills, to everything. And for them it was just wonderful when they can go to the hospital, when they can go to the drugstore and to buy something to just
Mm.
feel better, more healthier, or something like that. And in this moment we just touch a little bit how it's important to practice, how to searching for good information and don't believe in something what we just see and what we
Yeah.
even read from good sources. And
Mm.
when you just feel something uncomfortable about this information, it's a good practice to ask yourself, okay, how I can check it in different way, or do I
Yeah.
have a trustful person to ask about the recommendation, because it's really hard to explain to people when they truly believe about something you are
Mm.
wrong, because they
Yeah.
just no, I don't
Yeah.
want to talk with you. You are something,
Yeah.
and they don't open their mind to your arguments, to your facts, or something like that. They don't want to hear your story about this topic, and it's like a long process to talk with them, to explain in peaceful way, and right now, for example, if we want to check it something, the internet
Yeah.
is our first idea, but
Yeah.
sometimes it takes more time, because if you aren't sure about this information, you need to check it once more, twice, third times, or something like that. And please tell me, do you have your own tips when you feel uncomfortable with something? What share? I don't know, people in the internet, or I don't know, your friends, and
Yeah.
how you try to check in this information, and do you
Yeah.
try to explain them? Maybe it's another option, or you just don't try to engage yourself in potential conflict.
Yeah. I always try to research, like investigate something before trusting anything, before try something new. I tend to investigate. I mean, I tend to research or ask some other people. Most of the time I ask my husband, because I believe that he has a good knowledge about, like, especially when I use some kind of new application, or when I use some platform or something like that. Whenever I use something like that, I tend to do some research. I started to teach online teaching, using some platforms. So before jump into them, I did little research. Especially I asked some of my friends who are already teachers. So that's the way I do that, because I'm really, I'm afraid make decision by my own, when it comes to things that I don't know much. So I tend to ask someone, ask help. So
Mhm.
because yeah, I have to do so, because I know that we can't trust everyone out there, especially when we work online. Becoming a freelancer, it's not a good, it's not an easy thing.
Mhm.
It's really hard, and there are so many scams out there.
Mhm.
And I know that there are so many, and even people, we can't trust everyone. Fortunately, we found some good people and we associate them, and we
Mhm.
are so lucky. But we can't trust everyone like this. So yeah, we have to investigate, we have to research before making a decision to learn something. I mean, making a decision to try something new, like
Mhm.
online. I mean, this whole thing is about online platforms, and using AI and using some freelancing website. So this is really something that we need to learn before jump.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And for example, everything what we are doing on YouTube, or for example on Facebook or Instagram,
Yeah.
it's opportunity to learn how it works, because
Yeah.
sometimes for people it's only social media. What do you need to know? It's just so easy. But if you want to do more advanced things on this platform, it's
Mhm.
usually like a while to understand how it works, how you want to collaborate with these tools.
Mm.
For example, from my own experience, my first idea when I was making my video, it was to use yellow background with my walls, but
Yeah.
it was really difficult because my yellow walls and
Mm.
my light, it was like so yellow face or something like that, and it took me a while to understand how to just do better videos, better
Yeah.
background or something like that.
You can see something behind me, my
Yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah.
I also do the same thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
for example, if you ask me right now, I
Mm.
prefer something more natural, because if we don't
Yeah.
have a laptop or computer with a good graphic cards,
Mm.
something like this artificial background,
Mm.
it's problematic if you want to move from one side
Yeah. That's a
to
problem
another,
I
because in this case you are a ghost.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, and something what I really admire about
Mm.
artificial intelligence is like every year is a little bit better. And when
Mm.
we think about good stuff, not about the
Mm.
scams or something like that, mm, I've remembered the first time when I tried to cut myself from picture with
Mm.
artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
just
Mm.
clean my background, and it wasn't good. It was really
Mm.
difficult, especially with hand, with our ears,
Mm.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing that same right now, it's like a big progress. It's just
Mm.
wonderful, high quality, even if you are doing
Mm.
for free, and it's just progress. And it will be really nice if we try to use this tool only in a good way.
Yeah.
But it's just obvious. Even if you try to be a good person, if you try
Yeah.
to share good things, we've never known how
Mm.
your partner wants to collaborate with you, and with trust. I think it's like slowly process when we are building trust between partners. And if you are a freelancer or you want to teach someone, you will find your favorite students and they will trust in you. You are a good teacher and you will trust in them. They are a live person. They just want to pay for your work because
Mm.
something what we sometimes observed in different areas
Mm.
when it's much easier for a male to ask about money for something for
Yeah.
their work, and it's much harder for women to ask about money
Mm.
for their effort and work and something like that, and it's
Mm.
really great pattern for young women in Sri Lanka when, for example, like you or your colleagues or your friends try to
Mm.
do that same because sometimes it's like small steps, but after a while, I don't know, in the next 2 years, 5 years, or something like that, for other girls, it will be much more easier and much more natural. For example, right now we are just talking and we share information about technology, about something like that.
Yeah.
For a generation of our parents or grandparents,
Mm.
usual the first topic to talk it was like about cooking, about
Yeah.
children, about I
Yeah.
don't know dressing or something like that. And I think we
Mm.
still have a lot of work to do to just talk about technology, about
Mm.
science with other women in the same easy
Mm.
way, like we are
Yeah.
sharing information about other stuff, and don't feel uncomfortable about this, because something what I saw when I try to searching for more courses online how to code,
Mm. Mm.
when it was like even CEO woman, usual she tried to talk about technology and immediately talk about her children, about cooking, how to use
Mm.
cooking to explain coding or something like that. From one
Yeah.
side, I understand because you try to make these things more familiar for other women, but from other side, it's still like we come back to that same pattern, like this part of our life it's more female, and this part of our life it's like less female.
Yeah.
But because we have right now more how to say specific time when technology is like our everyday routine, we even don't think how often we use our phone, or you
Yeah.
even don't think how many things you've been learning about
Mm.
technology. Even if you try
Mm.
to be just be more careful and you ask your husband about his opinion,
Mm.
after that you need to learn by yourself. You just
Yeah.
develop everything, like this
Mm.
life, like StreamYard, like for example, how to do something on YouTube, how make your videos, how edit your
Yeah.
videos. Yeah, I truly enjoy your process to have fun with this thumbnail on YouTube to just show people, if you
Yeah.
click on my video, it will be something interesting for you. And I think it's just so a natural process for us to check it different options. And every
Yeah.
time you just learn something new. And if you want to share with your students right now only one information, because I don't know, you try to teach adults,
Mm.
younger children, or teenagers. Uh, your first piece of advice or something like that for them.
Yeah. Of course. I teach adults. I just started, like,
Mhm.
language, becoming a language tutor. So I teach my native language, to foreigners. So I don't have much experience, as you know. I just jumped into this
Mhm.
field. So but I taught few lessons for a few students, like two, three. I just started. That's why,
Mhm.
like, in this month, it's not. I don't have a history.
Okay.
So I found that most of them tend to skip the you know fundamental things. Like, they want to just speak. I want to speak. I want to speak. I don't want to learn basic things like alphabet and sounds, and like, I tend to teach from the beginning, but they need me to do something different, like miracle thing, to give the knowledge, give the language skills, like speaking skills. They need to just speak without any effort, like something like that. I
Yeah.
found that, that is the main misconcept.
Mhm.
Most language learners have this. So I don't know what to do, what to say, because I can't say something, something against them. So it's so hard, but I tend to do whatever they prefer. So then I try to find out some kind of method to help them, like, the regular what are the sentences that we use regularly, like day-to-day basis. So I do something like that whenever they ask me. So I don't know. My piece of advice is, uh, we need to learn, especially basic things, before learning hard, like advanced things. So we can't jump, like, we have to do it a step. We have to do it step by step. Like, we can't just jump, like, higher step at once. Learning a language takes time, and yeah, it takes time and effort. So we have to be patient with ourselves. Little by little, we have to do it. So, it's not a good concept. Yeah.
Yeah, and is exactly like one key point
Hmm.
from andragogy is like science about adults learning, and
Yeah.
one of this problem is a high expectation about
Yeah.
how fast we should
Yeah.
learn something as an adult, but it
Yeah.
doesn't work in this way. And
Yeah.
something what I think it's mm, a misunderstanding.
Hmm.
No matter how old we are, we still have the same brain and we still
Yeah.
have the same skills to learn. But when we are a child, we
Hmm.
have completely empty mind and we just build by learning our basic knowledge about this world. We
Hmm.
try to survive. And because right now, from research, we know our brain developed from 0 to 25 years is like
Yeah.
still growing, growing, and growing, and
Hmm.
stop growing, but don't stop developing. And people sometimes have these false beliefs, especially young people, when they feel, oh my God, you are after 30, you are after 40, you are after 50.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like too late for something new or something
Yeah.
like that. But it's a secret to be still young. If you believe, if you know, no, the true story about our brain, it's
Yeah.
find your own way to learn and to
Mm.
understand how you prefer to learn, and don't follow these false ideas from advertisement. Because I don't
Yeah.
know how you feel about your country, but in Poland it was pretty common, not only 20 years ago, but even right now, when you are
Mm.
going to a really good brand of school, of courses, and they just sell to people this option. I don't know, summer with English, summer with
Yeah.
German, summer with I don't
Mm.
know, Russian or something like that.
Yeah.
And they share with you this false idea. You need only 1 or 2 months, and after that you will be a great speaker in this new language or something like
Yeah.
that. And I understand right now why people have a lot of misbeliefs about
Mm.
process of learning. And something what I know for sure, because I try to study different research about learning. I try to read different books, and for example, I take notes from one book, from the second book, and I
Yeah.
try to find something like these ideas didn't fit to each other, or something like that, and ask myself, okay, maybe I need to check it for current research or something like that. And I don't know, probably the last 5 years, it's really common in Poland when
Yeah.
people want to shift from office job to, for example, work as programmers or to do something in IT, because it's really popular, like IT for everyone's or something like that. And we have a lot of offers about 3 months or
Mm.
1 month, like boot camp, uh, and they give to you this false ideas. You need only 1 month or 90 days and you will
Mm.
be a programmer, and they completely skip this part. When, for example,
Yeah.
if you want to be truly good in this field, you need to spend much more time and to do something day by day, because it's a really important part. When we are adults, we are learning by doing something day by day in smaller portion. And for example, if we still believe it will be exactly
Yeah.
the same like in our high school, when we
Mm.
don't want we didn't want to learn something, and we just spent one day, and we just went to our classes and we passed this test, and
Mm.
in the next 2 days we completely didn't remember nothing. uh,
Mm.
right now our brain is much more clever and don't follow
Yeah.
these ideas from our teenager, and
Yeah.
we need to just give a proof, just explain to our brain, to ourselves, why we want to continue this process of learning. And I don't know how many people you have opportunity to know during
Mm.
these challenges or something like that. But
Yeah.
usually we have this small circle of people
Yeah.
when you know, okay, if I want to
Mm.
be a good speaker in English or in another language, I need
Yeah.
to practice every day. Maybe not speaking, but reading something, listening something, to watching
Mm.
funny movies for you, to just feel it's my cup of tea. I really like it, this activity, and
Yeah.
I really enjoy when, for example, you just move forward.
Mm.
Because I was worried a little bit when I've observing your next challenges. Because from my point of view, you are ready, and it
Yeah.
was really great news. You've already started teach it
Yeah.
someone else, because sometimes people have this trap. They don't
Yeah.
feel they are good enough, and usually they follow only these challenges like 7 days,
Yeah.
14 days, 30 days, and they don't want to do something else to move
Mm.
forward. And in your case, you
Yeah.
just have
Thank
this,
you so much.
this.
And yeah, I think it helps me to learn further because
Mhm,
I have to teach my native language in in English medium. So I have to use English. I can live my English, and also I can see the difference between my native language and English. Whenever I create lessons, I try to create productive lessons for my students. So I spend much time, like I spend a lot of time to create lessons, to make tunes. So it really helped me to process my brain. I don't know, it's like something like I'm studying. I have to
yes.
study to give
Mhm,
my knowledge, give the knowledge for someone else. So I have to study. It makes me feel like it's a new beginning, and also I am learning every day. And yeah, it's like I feel like I'm a teenager, like I do research, I learn things, and it's like refreshing my brain, something like that.
mhm.
Yeah, this is really
Yeah,
great, and I
yeah.
think it's my thing. I
Mhm,
I couldn't find my I couldn't find what is the best for me before, and
mhm.
I was like stuck at somewhere. I don't know what to do, but English has opened the door for me, and now I know what is my thing, what should I do, what should I focus. Now I
Mhm.
know teaching is the best thing for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to improve this. I want to do this further, and maybe one day I can be a good teacher. I can become a good teacher,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
That's my goal now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you taught us truly important things about how to be a good teacher, because
Mm.
you don't want to stop. You understand, if you want to be a
Yeah.
good teacher, you need to follow new ideas, you need to
Mm.
check it something else all the time, because I don't know how you feel, but for example, uh, I remember my teachers, and
Mm.
usually it was two opposite uh, how to say tribes of teacher. A really great teacher, when even
Mm.
after 20, 30, 40 years you still remember your lessons with these teachers, because they try to
Yeah.
share a lot of stories. They try to talk about current situation, not only
Mm.
like every time that same story, or they, for example, didn't expect it, to ask about something. And of course,
Yeah.
we still
Mm.
remember about this second tribe of teachers, when they don't want to
Mm.
develop, and when they feel a lot of frustration, and it's
Yeah.
really hard sometimes for them to understand
Mm.
it isn't a problem about this word. It's like a problem about how they think about themselves, and how
Mm.
they think about their occupation, their job, because sometimes people like to complain about something, and they even don't realize how this thing, something what
Mm.
you don't see, how you think inside your brain, it's powerful, and just give to you this not true interpretation of this situation. And sometimes I'm a little bit too optimistic, but still I think it's good to manage between to be optimistic and realistic, and don't try to follow only this set pattern, because our brain try to follow our ideas, and
Yeah.
he or she gives you
Hmm.
exactly what do you want. And I don't know, do you have more time to talk, because right now is like 1 hour
It's
already.
1 hour. It's
Okay.
been 1 hour.
If you still have
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
talk a little bit longer. Okay. And
Yeah. A
you
little bit
know,
long. It's okay.
yeah. For me, it's fun aspect of
Hmm.
our languages in general, because I didn't know to use she, he, or it. It
Hmm.
isn't common in every languages. For example,
Hmm.
in my language, we have this expression, but when I was talking to Chinese, for them
Yeah.
it's truly difficult because they
Hmm.
don't have this she option. And please tell
Oh.
me, in your language,
Hmm.
do you have expression for
Exactly.
she, he, and something like
Yeah.
that? Okay, and
Yeah. But yeah, he and she both, we call air, just air. He or she, for
okay.
both he or she, we call air.
Mhm.
There's no gender difference when we use air. It depends, like, when we talk about someone male, we
Mhm.
call air. uh, Even about female, we call air. So for he or she, we use air, just one word. But of course, we have many differences, like when we talk about female and male. So, gender difference. So our language has something, some differences, but not like in English. It's really different. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, and for example, if
Hmm.
I ask you uh, about, I don't know, three different things between
Hmm.
your mother tongue and
Hmm.
English,
Yeah.
do you have
Yeah.
this
Of
main
course,
idea
you
about
know.
that? Okay.
Okay, word order, in English, the word order, sentence structure, it's subject, verb, object. But in my native language, Sinhala, word order is subject, uh, verb, and object. It's not subject. Oh, sorry.
Mhm,
It was my mistake. Subject, verb, object. It's English structure, but a subject, an object, and then verb.
mhm,
Let me give you an example.
mhm.
Mama, but kanawa. It means I eat rice. I
Okay.
eat rice, but mama means I, but
Mhm,
means rice, and kanawa means the verb eating. I eat.
mhm,
So it goes, at the end of the sentence, like mama but kanawa. Kanawa means it's the verb, but it's at the end of the sentence. So
mhm,
the structure, it's different. And of course, some other differences, many differences, like we have some sounds that doesn't exist
mhm.
in
Yeah.
English, like I let me give an example. In English, we can't see often like the sound. It's like the, but we
Mhm,
have a letter the
mhm,
the. It's a
mhm.
letter, but in English there are no word except the. It's a what it called, a the. I forgot.
Do
So
you mean about th, this sounds?
the
Yeah.
the the United
Mhm.
States, we use the, but the only the sound, I think it's only the sound, but we have a letter, the we
Yeah.
call it Diana, the
Mhm. We have
the
the like dom.
oh yeah, dumb.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So uh yeah, I think it's a little different than English. So we have a lot of word using the letter the, using that letter. uh and what else? Of course there are so many, but now I lost my
Yeah.
trains of thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot. Yeah, I stuck
Okay.
at some. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'm starting to talk about my how to say assumptions about different problems between Polish and English.
Mm,
Latest time I watched videos from a teacher. He lives in Chicago in the USA,
mm,
and he shared a really important thing for me. He told viewers, American English is more about verbs. But
mm,
if you are living in Europe, for example, if our languages it's more important parts, it's a noun sometimes. And
mm,
in this case, to make a long story short, in Europe in general or in Polish, we are talking too much because
yeah.
usually if you want to say something in English and
Mm,
we try to use pattern with our language, it's just too
mm,
long story. And I have this funny experience when I was talking to native speaker from the USA.
mm,
For them it
yeah.
was just too long story. And for me it was like feedback. Okay, you need to
Mm,
just talk not faster but more clearer for them, and try
mm,
to think about what's the most important message
yeah.
for you, not only like how to talk long about something like your story or something like that.
Mm,
You was talking about sounds, and I
mm,
think it's one of the most difficult part
mm,
for learners
mm,
when you are able to read
mm.
every letters in your own
Yeah.
language in the
Yeah.
same way, because with English is like 24 letters, but you have
Yeah.
like 44 or 48 sounds or something like that, is like a double.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
you need to just remember sometimes how to
mm,
use this specific word with this
mm.
specific sounds, even if you
Yeah.
see exactly the same.
Yeah.
And a little bit tricky. Of course, it's a
Mm,
lot of fun when you
exactly.
have this cool mindset and you don't
Mm,
worry. You just try to improve your skills. And you are talking about th sounds. In
mm,
Polish, we also has a letter
mm,
d, like just d, and we
mm,
use it d like they to say, for example, in Polish, house is
mm.
dom, or if we want to say something like that with these letters, we have two different or three different combinations or variants, but it's
Mm,
still, if you just follow these letters, it will be almost all the time that same sounds, no matter what.
mm. Yeah.
With English, it's difficult for my throat and for my
Mm,
tongue to
yeah.
understand
Mm,
how to say this word. And it was
yeah.
like a very helpful videos from Rachel when
Rachel.
I
Yeah.
just to practice,
Mm,
and when you just say "T," or something
Yeah.
like that. And when you just feel, oh my God, I'm so proud, I can say it. And you
Yeah.
just discover sometimes they use the same the in
Mm.
different way. It depends on the next word. And for you, like, what? Why? Yeah, and
Yeah.
when we are laughing, when we have a
Mm.
lot of fun, it's much easier to
Yeah.
just take the next step.
Yeah.
Sometimes for people it's difficult to make fun from this
Yeah.
situation because it's completely normal. It's no reason
Yeah.
to feel shame or something like that.
Yeah.
And something beneficial for us. Uh,
Mm.
it's sometimes not obvious because if you ask people, uh, what do you think if you want to learn language? Do you should to listen in music or to playing on piano or I don't know to playing on other musical instruments
Mm.
or something like that? And usually for people it isn't like equal because they think no it's like learning something and it's like playing. Why
Mm.
it's like something useful for me? And from latest research so far, because I think
Mm.
it's a good idea to think, okay, right now we have this research, we believe in this way because we have this proof, but maybe
Mm.
in the next 10 years, scientists discover something more useful tool, or for example, we will able to use artificial intelligence to make more efforts than us
Mm.
because we sometimes more tired. We need to sleep. We need to eat.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence need only a lot of electricity, and in this moment, if you
Mm.
just listening to music, for example, between 10 and 15 minutes between your lesson in English, you will have more motivation, more energy to do that.
Mm.
And it's something easy to do for almost everyone's. But if you don't check it, we don't follow this idea. And I try on my channel right now to put
Yeah.
different information from different areas
Mm.
in one playlist uh, to share with other learners more useful information, but something when you can trust and check it. Not like,
Yeah.
it's the best of the best for 100% or something like that. No, because to be honest, we are different. And maybe for you it
Mm.
will be the best of the best, but for another person, they will prefer, I don't know, only spend time in silence before during and after because for example for them music it's something difficult or they
Mm.
don't like it and it's everything okay because for us the most important part is to find the right way of learning and for example sometimes it's a right teacher when you want to
Yeah.
start to do
Mm.
something if you don't feel you are ready for
Yeah.
self-study.
Mm. Yeah. So, what's your favorite way to gain knowledge, like acquire new knowledge or research something, gain some
Mhm,
uh, gain some information, acquire
mhm.
information? What is
Okay.
the favorite way? What is your favorite way?
Okay. I like reading, and in my case,
Mm.
when I read a book, it's
Mm.
the first great opportunity to rest because reading,
Yeah.
if you truly like it, it's like meditation, and your brain
Mm.
just rest and feel more peaceful.
Mm.
And sometimes it's a shortcut because if you trust this writer And this writer made a lot of work, efforts, uh, read for you other books or do for you researches. You have
Mm.
in one book a lot of useful information. But of course, life isn't easy, and we have a good books and we have a bad books. When, for example, after a
Yeah.
few pages, you understand, oh my God, it's still the same story. It's nothing new, or
Mm.
why they share this information because maybe it was the best of the best, but 10 years ago it doesn't true right now, or something like that. Of course, I use the internet. I have
Mm.
my favorite channels on YouTube, and for example, today I'm going to watch next episode Huberman Lab. It's
Mm.
like a professor from Stanford University, Andrew Huberman, and for him it's like mm, doing classes like for students, but online,
Mm.
because it's no fancy ways. It's only one guy in a black uh, clothes with a
Mm.
black background, and
Mm.
he's just shared stories about research and talk and talk and talk. Sometimes it's between 2 hours and 3 hours and something like that. I try to cut to the smaller parts because it's important. Our brain remember the best, the first the first minutes and the last
Mm.
minutes. And for example, if you just try to do something 1 hour, you will
Yeah.
remember only the first, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes and the
Mm.
last. But if you cut to smaller portion, you will remember much more. And
Yeah.
something what we sometimes have this misunderstanding. We believe if you just will sit and learn so many hours, it will be the best for
Yeah.
you. But it's opposite. Just sit, for example. It's really popular technique called Pomodoro. When you try to do
Mm.
and focus on something that's 20-25 minutes, next you try to take your break, to exercise a little bit, to go outside if you have this opportunity, to
Mm.
observe beautiful nature. For example, Nayana has a really beautiful garden, and you are ready for the next part of knowledge. And sometimes I like to listen people when I know probably I disagree with their idea, but it's good to know why they think in this way, why they prefer to believe the
Mm.
earth is flat. For me,
Mm.
it was probably the most unexpected news on the internet.
Yeah.
I didn't know we still have people on our planet and they believe the earth is flat.
Flat. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
have heard that. I have
yeah,
heard that some people believe that.
yeah. And
It is
for
really
me, it's like
crazy.
open question. What's
Yeah.
wrong with our education? What's wrong
Mm.
with our information? What's wrong with our society? Because it's really
Yeah.
easy to share, yeah, because it's a fault, these people or something like that. But
Yeah.
okay, how to understand this process? Why
Mm.
these people still prefer to believe our planet is flat? And I think
Yeah.
it's just interesting topic to research.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Why they are doing, why they believe that. Maybe it's like religious thing or something like that. I have no idea. So yeah. It's complicated. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know what to say.
I don't know how
Mm.
in your country, but for example, in Europe, when we
Mm.
have domination of Christianity, you can
Mm.
observe this progress. Religion, Christianity, I don't know, 200 years ago, it was
Mm,
completely different storytelling than right
mm,
now, and they more open to science. And
mm,
if you ask a priest 200 years ago about pandemia, probably a priest told you, yeah, it's a punishment from a god. But if you ask
mm,
a priest 2 years ago,
mm,
he told you, no, we can vaccine, just you should take vaccine and everything will be fine. Right now they are more open to science, and I think it's truly important if we try to follow our natural development, and don't think how to stop this progress, because it's really easy to say don't follow this research because it's a bad idea, and we still have that same problems, that same illness. But for us it's natural to searching for information, to check it, to testing, and to make good choices. But it's like this tricky part. You need to have experience to do something like that. It's not immediately.
yeah.
It's the same
Mm,
like with English learning. It's something like
mm,
your students believe,
mm,
okay, I don't need to follow basic. If I speak with Diana twice, I will
mm,
be a good speaker, or something like that. And I hope they will understand you are a great teacher and you want the best for them. And it's natural part of our journey to learn how to sound in a good way in this
mm,
language, how to learn grammar rules in funny way, how to
mm,
just spend this time of learning with fun activities, because when we are more
yeah,
joyful
yeah.
about something, it's much easier to spend 1 hour and to read book
Mm,
in English than, for example,
yeah.
to think, oh my god, it's so painful, why I want to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I know that I also experienced it because, in the beginning of my English journey, I had this problem. Like, I couldn't focus on learning grammar, and I couldn't focus on expanding my vocabulary. It was so hard. Still, expanding my vocabulary is really difficult. But I always try to listen more, or maybe read more, and I believe that it will help me to further improve my, like, expand my vocabulary. So I know I can feel them. So I gotta find a way to give the knowledge, something like, good method, um productive method, easy for them. So I have to find out, and I'm doing that. I'm
Mhm.
trying my best.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see.
yeah, and for you right now, probably it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
It's like not only about our hard work, it's more
Hmm.
about how much time we
Hmm.
learn and how much time we should rest. Because I don't
Yeah.
know how you feel, but sometimes for my friends or even for myself, it was
Hmm.
like this criticizing, this voice, this inner voice in your head. If you think,
Yeah.
if you are don't speak well in English, it's your fault, but it doesn't show. It's just natural process of learning, and if we just try to focus on something and to do these things in this way, and after, I don't know, 1 month, you discovered it didn't work for me, I want to check it next thing, and oh, it's really nice, I want to do this activity more often. It's really how to say, okay for everyone's, and no matter you are Nayana from Sri Lanka, or you are Basia from Poland, or you are Maki from Japan, or you
Mm,
are from I don't know, Muslim countries, or you are from Africa, we
mm,
have that same problem. We
mm.
sometimes don't
We share
believe.
something
Yeah,
similar.
yeah, and it's like it no make sense to feel okay. You live in this country and you are more
Mm,
advanced, and I don't need to learn because it's impossible or something like that. No, we have the same brain, but
mm.
with different variants, and it's only
Yeah.
like spend time to find this tailor-made
Mm,
solution how to learn for you. Because something what we have right now in our schools or universities, it's the same method for everyone's. But
yeah.
to be honest, not everyone's like to just sit and hear that same story
Mm,
the second, the third times, and something what I've been experienced in Polish. We more time spent with making exercises
mm.
than for speaking. And speaking in the classes, it's truly difficult, and you feel sometimes uncomfortable. I have
Yeah.
more good speaking experience when I'm talking in the internet, not only with not native speakers, but with native speakers, with different teachers. I truly enjoy to talk to teachers from different
Mm,
countries, not only
yeah.
like only one teacher. I
Yeah.
think your way when you try to follow
Mm,
different channels or YouTube, when you try to
mm,
check different groups on Facebook,
mm,
it's much more useful because you know what you want to accept and what you
mm.
don't accept, and which ideas you just want to follow in your learning process.
Yeah. It's been hour and a half, almost hour and a half.
Yeah, I
Great.
think
We've been,
it's just really a long time for your audition to focus on something and just
yeah. Yeah.
listen to how foreigners
Hmm.
are able to speak in English, and it doesn't hurt. We still survive with Nayana.
Yeah, yeah, that's the wonderful thing. We can understand each other, we communicate with each other. So this is the wonderful thing, and I think this is really great. We should do this often. What do you think?
I think it's possible to talk from time to time and just
Yeah,
share our ideas
yeah,
about
hmm.
what to change. Because to be honest, I've
Yeah,
started with idea I want to speak like a native speaker. But if you
yeah,
ask me right now,
hmm.
uh, no, I want
No,
to speak in
me
English like
too.
myself in clear
Hmm.
way, but
Hmm.
I don't want to copy paste someone else. And I don't know
Yeah.
how you feel,
Hmm.
but it's pretty rare to find, I don't know, British or people
Hmm.
from the USA when they truly desire to talk in this perfect way as native speaker from another countries. They feel comfortable to be British. They feel comfortable to be from the United States, and I think
Yeah,
we should feel comfortable to be from our country, but because
yeah.
we want to share our ideas with everyone's,
Hmm.
not only with
Hmm.
our citizens,
Yeah,
we use English, and English is just like international tools. It's not
yeah.
like possession of British people or
Hmm.
possession American people or someone
Hmm.
else. And no matter how many mistakes we make, or no matter how it's difficult for us to use new
Yeah.
vocabulary or new grammar structure,
Mhm.
we want to do
Mhm.
that. And we are better every day.
Yeah. That's wonderful time together, Barbara, and I really enjoyed talking to you. And I didn't feel like time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
didn't
much.
realize that we talked around 1.5 hour,
Yeah.
so it was wonderful,
Yeah.
and it's time to call it a day.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you for having me. And I will finish with Ayobavan for everyone.
Oh yeah, I won. That's wonderful. Yeah, of course we can finish with I won. So I'm so glad that you joined me today and share your thoughts with me and share many things, um, from your knowledge. And I know that you have a huge knowledge about many different things like various fields. So that's why I wanted to pick your brain. But time, the barrier is the time. Time is the barrier. So so I really enjoyed talking to you and thank you so much. I'm honored to have you here with me. Thank you
Okay,
so
Nayana.
much for being
Please
being here.
remember, I'm only
Yeah.
a visitor. You are a host. You should put this button and the end our conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. And see you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. That's same for you.
Okay.